All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're not just talking about ideas, we're going through a real, practical playbook. Seriously, think of this as a sit down with a mentor, someone who's laying out the exact steps you can take to build a stable life for yourself, and then, and this is the important part, use that strength to make a real difference in your community. You hear it all the time, right? I want to change the world. It's a huge, amazing goal, but where do you even start? Well, the most powerful, most effective answer is you start with you. The whole idea behind this playbook is that before you can lift anyone else up, you got to be standing on solid ground yourself. So let's get into how you build that ground. And that takes us to phase one. This is the most important part, especially for the first couple of years. Your entire focus should be right here, stabilizing yourself. Think of it like building the foundation of a house. Everything, and I mean everything, that comes later depends on how well you do this part. Now, this is where things get a little controversial, because it goes against so much of the advice you hear. The playbook is super clear. In the beginning, do not chase your passion. Chase stability. Look, an unstable income, no matter how much you love your job, is a cage. It limits you. But if you secure a reliable paycheck first, you build a solid base. That base is what gives you the freedom to pursue your passion later, but from a position of strength, not desperation. So, what's the fastest way to get that stable income? This chart just lays it out perfectly. A 4-year degree is great for some people, but it's a long, expensive road. A trade school or a technical certification, on the other hand, can get you into a well-paying, high-demand job in a fraction of the time. We're talking about the fastest possible return on your investment of time and money. So where should you be looking? These fields right here are the sweet spots. Healthcare, the skilled trades, tech. These aren't just dead-end jobs. They are careers with built-in ladders you can climb. They have tons of opportunities for overtime, so you can stack cash fast, and a really clear path for promotions and growth. This is where you build that foundation, and you build it quick. Okay, so while you're earning that money, you have to be building your defense. Your emergency fund, that's your shield. It protects you from the chaos life will inevitably throw at you. The steps are simple, but let's be real, number 3 is everything. It's the whole game. Controlling your spending, making it a non-negotiable rule that you spend less than you earn, that is the one habit you have to master. It's the absolute bedrock of financial discipline. So, once that foundation is stable, the game changes. You switch from playing defense to playing offense. Phase 2 is all about taking that stable income and actively using it to grow your wealth. This is how you break the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck for good. And to play offense, you have to understand this one critical word: asset. An asset is not just money in the bank. An asset is something that makes you money. It works for you 24/7, even when you're sleeping. This idea, this simple concept, is the engine that drives all wealth creation. And this slide just illustrates that perfectly. This is the fundamental choice you have to make. Most people are consumers. Money comes in and it flows right back out to bills, rent, stuff. The asset builder has a totally different mindset. For them, income comes in, and the very first place it goes is to buy an asset. Then, that asset starts generating more income. You see the difference? One path keeps you running in place, the other builds a system that pays you. But breaking the cycle isn't just about your bank account. It's about building a fortress of stability at home. And why do these things matter so much? Think about it. Bad health means you can't work, you lose income. A poor education for your kids limits their future opportunities. A chaotic home teaches survival, not strategy. By investing in these 3 pillars, you're not just improving your life, you are actively fighting poverty for the next generation. All right, now we get to the really exciting part. Once your own foundation is rock solid and your family is secure, you get to graduate to phase 3. This is where you take everything you've built and you leverage it to become a creator of opportunity for your entire community. This quote, "This is the entire philosophy of phase 3 wrapped up in one sentence. Look, charity is good, but sometimes it can create dependency. But the most powerful way to help someone, give them the opportunity to help themselves. A job isn't just a paycheck. It's skills, it's structure, it's dignity. It's a pathway to their own stability." And don't think for a second that this is some impossible dream. Look at this. This is a real, tangible path. You start by getting a valuable skill, right? Like IT support. You get great at it, you level up to a more specialized role, and eventually, you can take that expertise and build a whole business around it. Just like that, you've gone from needing a job to creating 5 of them for other people. Let that sink in for a second. The leverage is incredible. As an employee, your hard work supports you and your family. That's great. But as a business owner, your hard work supports you, your family, and the families of every single person you employ. The scale of your impact just explodes. And creating jobs isn't the only way to do it. Once you have that stability and that knowledge, you can multiply your impact in all these ways. Every time you purposely hire someone from your neighborhood, or buy from a local shop instead of a big chain, or take a young person under your wing and mentor them, you are literally weaving a stronger economic fabric for your entire community. You become a hub of opportunity. Now, any good mentor is also going to give you a heads up about the dangers. This whole journey is a marathon, not a sprint, and there are some really common traps along the way that will absolutely derail you if you're not disciplined. These right here, these are the enemies of progress. Lifestyle inflation is the sneakiest one. You get a raise, so you immediately get a bigger car payment, and poof, you're right back where you started. Chasing that short-term buzz instead of long-term growth, waiting around for someone else to save you, and just getting complacent and not learning new skills. These are the mindsets that keep people trapped. You have to be constantly on guard against them. So, we've walked through the whole playbook, from getting yourself secure all the way to serving your community. The plan is on the table, and now the baton is being passed to you. This is the path forward. Here it is, boiled down. 3 simple but incredibly powerful phases. First, you stabilize yourself. That means income, skills, and discipline. Second, you grow. You focus on buying assets, not just consuming stuff. And third, you multiply. You create jobs, you mentor people, and you build networks. That's it. That's your blueprint. And really, that's the ultimate takeaway. Big, messy problems like poverty, they're not solved by one big, heroic action. They're solved piece by piece by disciplined people who build stable families, who create opportunities, and who then turn around and teach others to do the exact same thing. It's all about building small, strong systems that grow and multiply. So we end right where we started, but with a totally new perspective. You have the playbook now. And we know the first person you lift up is yourself. You have to. But after that, the question is yours to answer. Who are you going to lift up next?